All right. Uttarakhand is facing the wrath of the rain gods. In a devastating turn of events, overnight heavy rain triggered a massive cloudburst on the outskirts of Dehradun, causing flash floods that have wreaked havoc across the region. The relentless downpour filled the Tamsa River, which swamped the historic Tapkeshwar Mahadev temple, a revered pilgrimage site. Cars, roads and shops were washed away as the flood water surged, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The heavy downpour has caused severe damage to infrastructure, including roads, bridges and government property, and has disrupted the daily lives of residents. Rescue operations are underway with personnel from the National Disaster Response Force, the NDRF and SDRF, along with local police teams on ground. Just today, teams rescued 200 students stranded after their campus got waterlogged in Dehradun. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami has been actively monitoring the situation, conducting inspections of the worst-hit areas. He has assured residents that relief materials, food, water and medical aid will be provided without delay. Dhami has also instructed authorities to reopen blocked routes and restore essential services like drinking water and electricity.
Due to the heavy rains last night, all the rivers here are overflowing and cloudbursts have occurred in many places. Roads have been completely washed away at about 25-30 places. Houses have been affected, government properties have been damaged, and the lives of the people are in disarray. All efforts are being made to normalize the situation. Many connecting routes have been cut off.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah have also reached out to the Chief Minister. The central government has assured Uttarakhand of all possible help in this hour of crisis. Heavy spells of rain, cloudbursts and landslides have ravaged various parts of Uttarakhand this monsoon. A cloudburst led to flash floods in Uttarakhand's Uttarkashi, submerging parts of Dharali and Harsil and killing at least 5 people. Another cloudburst in June left 2 workers dead and 7 missing. The Char Dham Yatra was suspended for a day as well due to the cloudburst. So our top story tonight is about a bombshell confession of a terrorist. Pakistan's terror facade lies shattered and exposed. A Jaish-e-Mohammed commander admits openly that Masood Azhar's entire family was annihilated by Indian forces in Operation Sindoor and exposes the rotting nexus of generals and jihadis. It is an admission that would shame any democracy, but this is Pakistan. Jaish commander Masood Ilyas Kashmiri concedes what Islamabad has long denied, that India's Operation Sindoor ripped apart Bahawalpur, tearing into the family of Masood Azhar, the terror mastermind whose shadow looms over decades of bloodshed. Ilyas Kashmiri says the family was torn into pieces, a line delivered with grim finality. a line Pakistan's rulers would rather silence but cannot because it has come from their own backyard, from a commander of their own nurtured monster. The Jaish-e-Mohammed commander was addressing Mission Mustafa conference in Balakot, Pakistan, where several other jihadist elements had also gathered here. And then comes the bragging and the chest thumping. The terrorist commander, flanked by a gunman on a podium with chilling arrogance, brags of Jaish-e-Mohammed's role in Delhi, Kabul, Kandahar. Now, the Jaish commander is claiming that the terror group was defending the borders of this country. Borders, his words lay bare the truth. Pakistan's military has been shielding and feeding terror while pretending to fight it. This is not just a slip of tongue, it is a dagger aimed at Rawalpindi's generals. By admitting Jaish-e-Mohammed's losses, by trumpeting its global footprint, the commander has exposed what the world has long accused Pakistan of: running terror as statecraft. For the Pakistan army, this is humiliation of the highest order. For its democracy, if it can still be called one, it is disgrace. But once again, this is Pakistan. This is not just lip service, it's a confession that Pakistan's narrative is a lie. Here's a terrorist commander admitting his group's losses, praising their cross-border operations. The Jaish terrorist drips contempt at Pakistan's uniformed generals who built this hydra, funded it, nurtured it for decades. The same Pakistani military had rushed to funerals of the terrorists killed in India's Operation Sindoor to show solidarity and keep its terrorist outfits, the ranks intact at least. Pakistan's terror infrastructure lays bare for all to see. This is no rogue cell. It is state-sanctioned, with generals shaking hands with mass murderers, while politicians at home try lazily to distance themselves. Their own proxies turn accusers, shouting into cameras the army's failures, the establishment's duplicity, and a testimony to the fact that Pakistan is rotten to its core. Pakistan remains the epicenter of terrorists and their outfits. And gold hit another fresh record as investors bet on a Federal Reserve rate cut on Wednesday. From a global perspective, the record-breaking run in the yellow metal is heading for an inflection point, with the first Fed rate cut since Donald Trump became president likely to seize the spotlight. But what the Fed says on the policy path will matter for the yellow metal to surge to new highs, including what were once wild bets. The surge in gold records comes ahead of festive demand in India, which raises an important question. Can the precious metal rally to $5,000 by Diwali? Take a look at our next report for more on this.
Gold on Tuesday surpassed the all-time high of around $3,685 an ounce hit in the previous session. The global reason is the scope for more monetary easing from the Fed in the coming months, has investors betting for gold to extend its record-breaking rally. Persistent trade and geopolitical uncertainties, along with significant buying from central banks, have added to the momentum. The yellow metal has surged more than 40% this year, outpacing major assets such as the S&P 500 index. To put that into context, Wall Street stocks have rallied over $14 trillion since the April lows, and gold has easily outpaced those gains. Recently, bullion surpassed its inflation-adjusted peak reached in 1980. Goldman Sachs Group has forecast bullion could approach $5,000 an ounce if just 1% of privately held treasuries shift to the precious metal. The real question is, could that happen by Diwali, which is a little over a month away? The demand for the precious metal surges during the festive season in India. Latest trade data shows gold imports rose by about 37% in August from July. India's gold imports rose to a 9-month high of $5.4 billion ahead of the festive season. But compared to a year ago, India's import of the metal showed a decline of about 57% last month. That is a telling figure and could be due to lower gold demand at record high prices. The other theory doing the rounds is the recent trend of India's rising demand for silver, which is being called the new gold. But more importantly, for gold to surpass $5,000, it needs to rally another 35% over the coming month. That is nearly as much as the metal has gained this year so far, which seems a little far-fetched. Still, globally, there are enough reasons for investors to celebrate gold. Trump's relentless attack on the central bank, which has raised serious questions about the Fed's independence, is boosting gold. The US president's move reflects uncharted territory in monetary policy history. As a result, the diminishing investor confidence is hurting the dollar and adding more uncertainty. Gold has always been around to soften the blow during times of uncertainty. The yellow metal's 5,000-year history as a vital hedge against risk is unparalleled. Central banks worldwide are also on a significant gold buying spree. In fact, for the first time since 1996, global central bank gold holdings have surpassed their US Treasury holdings. That positions the yellow metal for more gains to new highs. However, adding another 35% from here to $5,000 on an ounce in about a month seems a little tough. Gold over $3,500 was also once considered a wild bet. The yellow metal has surpassed that level and is set for more gains. With Trump in the White House and his policies driving more uncertainty, writing off any level of gold comes with its own risks. Business Bureau, WION, World is One.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.